This is Cyclocross Crusade race. Here we are, Barton Park, Cross Crusade, race number 6. It is cold outside. It is, I think, 34 degrees right now. I'm in my car just sort of getting ready. But man, is it awesome out here. This is going to be a really, really fun course. I'm looking forward to it. If you look around, just tons of cars. It's like you're riding in a rock quarry. So yeah, I'm gonna go get off and get my pre-ride in. All right, starting line. Here we go. I would say that by and large, this was probably my favorite race of the season. Great about it. Great about it. Shave time off. But I felt pretty good about it, honestly. This whole kind of lead up, good hard pack stuff, and then this tight right actually, honestly, everything in this course sort of became a favorite part. But this whole off-camber section here, everyone was sort of approaching it differently, and every time I took the line, or I took it, I just got a little bit of congestion there. But I always took it kind of a little bit high. What was different on each of my turns, though, is coming down this section. Now, this was me picking a line that I didn't use on my pre-ride, and it worked out pretty well for me. But once I finished the lap, not as much. I'll say that this is a fast, very, very fast course. For me, it felt faster and more varied than the PIR infield that I raced last week. And it was interesting. It kept things sort of moving. See this guy in front of me. We ended up sort of trading places back and forth for most of it. But yeah, kind of coming back at this straightaway here, and just really kind of a nice variant. It was kind of a nice way things were going. They were very flowy, very smooth. Barton Park, which is where this is interesting. It felt a little bit like it was a rock quarry or like a Mad Max set or something like that, but you still see stuff off to the side. Thinking sewer pipes or something? Maybe, I don't know. The road really wasn't too tore up. It was cold, as I said earlier, but everything was really kind of well put together. This first run up. Say if I've done anything this year, I've kind of gotten better at doing this. Doesn't mean it's not easy or it's not hard, but I felt pretty good about it for my last race of the year. Felt a lot faster on that dismount and remount than that video is showing, so I guess that's me. So yeah. This is actually when pre-ride started. I only got to pre-ride about half the course. Part because I got there late. First set of barriers. I am actually going over them. I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm actually going over them. One thing I figured out too is I've always been so concerned about getting my clip in when I push off, remounting. And this race in particular, I just said, get your foot on the pedal and get movement, worry about clipping in later. Yeah, just off to the left is a ton of water, so you really can't see it too well now. But again, you get a lot of these packed straightaways to really build up speed and get moving, and people were just flying. I don't know that I was flying, but I felt pretty good about it. A little bit rocky, a little bit kind of up and down a little bit, but not bad. Now, coming up, you start seeing people, and it's not because I'm faster, although I felt pretty good. It's because the first off-camber descent is coming up, and I was familiar with it from the pre-ride, but I was sort of determining how I was going to approach it this time, and yeah, I got to figure out how to deal with traffic. I just decided, because it's probably 10%, all right, I'll hoof it. That's what I did every time. I tried to take it on my third lap, but I kind of lost my nerve. It was just so steep, and I didn't want to crash, honestly. You get up real quick, and there's this really kind of high bank switchback, which was actually a lot of fun, but I could never figure out how to ride it. It was on my bike the whole time, but I just couldn't figure out how to get the speed and the angle right. We come into one of the few sections of mud that you really deal with in this course. I mean, it was just nice like that. Or, you know, not as interesting for other people, but I enjoyed it. You look, there's just all these piles of stuff. I mean, it seems like they're clearing the area, but what they're clearing it for, who knows? That whole turn there was actually a little bit sketchy because there was some mud there, so you didn't want to power through and try and gain up speed. Otherwise, you could get the back of your wheel out. And then, kind of coming in, on pre-ride, I had followed a teammate of mine, and he ran this line right here, and it's about 2 inches of water. And then but it's all kind of hard underneath, and so I took that line every single time, and it didn't slow you down. Saw other people getting caught in the mud that was behind it, or to the left of where I was. Yeah, we come up on a little bit of a kind of a micro climb here, which I felt really good about when I was coming up initially, but by my third lap, I was struggling. Another really good example of maybe eating a fuller breakfast or more than 2 granola bars before you race. Something to know before next August. And then this is all just a little bit gravelly, but honestly, really, really rideable. A good spot to pick up speed. My cross bike started seeing gears on this section that it hasn't seen all season. I just kept on downshifting, picking up speed, just trying to make up a little bit of time wherever I could. From my past race analysis, I was just kind of looking at my numbers and where I was in relation to the people in front of me, even to some of my club mates, and I knew that if I could grab maybe about an extra 30 seconds per lap on average, that I could actually, maybe get into the fourth lap sort of territory, which had eluded me all season. And I tried. I think kind of looking back at this race, there are sections where I really should have taken advantage. As someone who's been a roadie for most of his cycling life. Yeah, so considerably less people than the first time around, and I took that grass line up there. Worked a lot better for me. I was able to control the bike a good deal more. It was fun. It was exactly what needed to happen. And then here it is. I take a different line, and that's the bike, not me. So I felt pretty good about myself there, honestly. Yeah, and you started seeing my hand. because my Garmin is wanting to call my emergency contact. And I don't know if your head units have that, but I spent from that moment all the way to this turn up here trying to stop it from calling my wife and saying that I've been into an accident and I don't need assistance. Yeah, coming back into this straightaway, just wonderful. Now, there's this puddle up here that yeah, soaked my toes for the remainder of the race. I ended up taking it high on subsequent ones. That's a line that I should have figured out how to take better, because you take it sort of towards the middle, swing a little shallow, you don't get stuck in the left. It cost me a few seconds at least. I think it's Team Sky that talked about, former Team Sky that talked about marginal gains, and I've realized over 11 races that you're really having to educate yourself about where you can pick up time in order to make the most difference. And just knowing the course has a lot to do with it, and kind of knowing where you need to put the power down.
All right, that's it. Cross Crusade 2021. Probably had, I'm gonna check, probably had my best finish. It felt great. It's slightly warmer, or I'm slightly warmer. Now it's time to go grab a coffee and go home. Thanks for watching.